lead it by 20 points.
Leongatha playing well, but their forward entry into leading forwards, their kicks have been poor.
They have been poor. They've just they've dropped those kicks off a little bit as well. They do play an open forward line, but now I look at it, there's every play inside their 50 that needs to be there.
And Sale are up high. Box.
Yep.
So Leslie got a tap forward. Willis now, quick kick inside forward 50. He goes from outside the arc. It's in the danger zone about 30 metres from home. Picking up the ball and doing it nicely was Cameron Stone. Top of the square. Can they take a mark? Yes, they can. And it's that man Garnham who will have the opportunity to be the first multiple goal scorer this afternoon. Plays on quickly, round the body. Goal number 2. Easy as you like.
Yeah, this is going to be a really, unless Sale can really find a little bit more in their repertoire right now, this could be a game where I'm just going to start packing up my stuff now because Leongatha are showing some really big, serious signs here at the moment, and they're making mistakes. So Sale really need to really tighten up their skills on the exit out of their defensive 50 right now. And they are a young backline as well, Scud.
Yeah, you are right, Box. They are very young. Big moments right now.
Right now.
It's a 26-point lead to Leongatha at the 19-minute mark of the first quarter. The Virtue Home scoreboard, Leongatha 4-3-27, Sale 1 behind, 1 point.
Oh, Poppy, Boxer hasn't missed a beat in this first quarter either.
Good to have him back. Good to have him back.
He is clearly a best on-ground contender for Gippsland Isuzu Ute today.
And you know what happens? We spoke about it. You drop a player down a grade
and they lift.
And they lift when they come back.
Let's have a go again. Can the Magpies get something going now? Head over the football there. On that occasion was Place.
Get stuff. Now listen, Wonthaggi are absolutely tearing Maffra apart at the moment. 3-2-20 to no score.
Oh, the response has been good, Box. Thank you for that update around the grounds. Here's Whitehill from the stoppage. Left foot kick, inside forward 50 it goes. Josh Butcher couldn't quite mark it. Good little tap forward though. Leongatha though got some numbers, and back there was Dixon. He can handle to a teammate West away, but that was smothered on that occasion, and that's the sort of desperation that you want to see from your forward. Hayden Potts was good on that occasion for the Magpies.
And it looks like Bairnsdale haven't got any car lag. Get that? Jet lag, car lag. Yep, they haven't got that.
Why is that?
1-3-9. They lead Maui just to 5 points.
Okay, thought it might have been a bigger margin that, but going well, Box. Good
4
work.
points.
Boundary throw in, inside Sales forward 50, and we've got another stoppage.
And Leongatha, we're here.
Yep, we're here.
Right.
Yeah, that margin's 26 points now, Box. You've just said that. It's a big moment for them all bowling club. Don't forget, Pot and Palmer night is tonight, 5:30 p.m, only $20. Can they get something from this stoppage, Pop?
Yeah, don't get overexcited, Box. You're doing well. You can try too hard sometimes. It's Leongatha doing it comfortably out of the back 50. Travis Nash bursts through, goes towards the right half-back flank. He's beaten to the boundary. The ball finds itself over the boundary line. Left half forward.
Well, let's go to mid-Gippy then, Poppy.
Yep.
Newborough 19, they lead Fish Creek 7. MDU 16 to Ballara 13. Moving all 14 to Stony Creek 7. And Thorpedale 12, they lead Yanar 9.
Whoa.
At the moment.
Boundary throw in. No one really wins any clean possession. We're going to have another stoppage here. Paul Carter, some key stats for Gippsland Isuzu Ute.
Big discrepancy in the marks at the moment. 21 Leongatha, 6 Sale.
Oof. It is pretty big at the moment. Willis taps it down. Tapped it forward again to Heppel. Comes the other direction. Does well with Heppel. Kicks it off the ground. Gains it to the wing area. Overrunning the football there was Sales defender. Ronke comes in. It was tackled when he kicked it. Quick one to Whitford. Now they cough it up again as the Leongatha midfielders and high half forwards just swarm on him. Again, this time taking that one on was Heppel, but this time he's been called for hold of the footy.
I had a small heart attack then.
Why is that?
I thought I was telling you the reserve scores, but it's not. It's okay.
Good. So Nathan Whitford comes inboard to Hudson Holmes. That was lucky, Box.
Yeah, good to know, mate.
There's Hudson Holmes at centre half back. Looks up, not really a great deal of movement for the Magpies. He goes straight in the middle of the ground. They've got 2 options, Leslie and Wallace. The latter marks, but handball's now off to Jack Leslie. Thumps his right foot into it. 1-on-1, inside forward 50. Back with the flight goes Maskell. Couldn't mark it. Ground level is Jack Johnson. Kick around his body. And for the Zambrero goal of the day, Leongatha claim it was touched. The umpire said, I didn't hear anything. It's going to be all clear. And Jack Johnson will get the Zambrero goal of the day contender.
It's good to see they get their first goal on the board at the moment, but they had to work their absolute backsides off to get it. And there's a bit of difference in regards to the way the goals have come from the Parrots now to the Sale. But great to see they got their goal on the board right now. Come from the coach, so hopefully he might give them that little bit of lift that they do need, but they need a little bit more than lift than that.
Funny how we get used to things when they come in. When you said they think it was touch, I was hesitating, almost waiting for a score review, but we don't have them out here. So it was 1-1-7 Sale, trailing Leongatha 4-3-27. Virtue Home scoreboard, 23.5 minutes played.
Apologies for that. Boxer was in the midst of a stroke as he gave us a bit of an update, but he's fine now. The ball at centre half forward, Sale into attack, and they make it 2 from 2. They can't just at the minute. Guy Dixon off the half back line, comes to left half forward flank. Garnham again. Oh, in fact, it's Heppel playing high, and now a kick off the ground. He's going to come the way of Rowan Diamond. Goes from centre wing to half forward. He butters up for his second touch in a matter of seconds, and inside forward 50 they go now. Here's a chance for Lee in place. Feeds it off. Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson over the top. This should be a walk-in goal. Is it? I think it is. It's going to go the way of Hayden Potts. After a good series of handballs under pressure, the Magpies have made it 2 in 2 minutes, and the game's back on.
Good response, Boxer.
Fantastic response there too. One thing that Sale couldn't do last week, they couldn't get the back-to-back goals until they got that momentum going after the second half. So great to see today they've managed to get that 2-on-2. It might just put a little bit of doubt at the back of the Parrots' minds at the moment, but still, I think, have a long way to go.
2 goals in 2 minutes brings Sale's deficit back to 14 points at the 24.5 minute mark of the first quarter. Virtue Home scoreboard reads Leongatha 4-3-27 to Sale now 2-1-13.
Well, it's the exact response that we're looking for from the Magpies.
Perfect.
Can they get another to reduce the margin before quarter time? Leslie got up, but this time Marriott for the Leongatha side won it and kicked it towards centre half forward. Hudson Holmes goes to ground. Jesse Burns couldn't take it with him either. Now a quick handball from Will Dawson. Talon Brill will run onto this one. Got one over the shoulder. Kai McDonald's giving away the free kick. And just worked it nicely, didn't he there, Talon Brill? Just ducked the shoulder a little bit just to make sure it went over.
He knew the pressure was coming. He had the opportunity to either kick it off the ground or attempt to pick up, knowing there was a tackle on its way, and played it beautifully, really.
So this will be a good response from Leongatha if Talon Brill can add. He's already got one so far. 25.5 minutes gone first quarter. Likes it off the boot. Straight through the middle. And the Parrots respond. They get another one.
Yeah, it's one of those things too, Scud. And Brill was doing this at pre-game as well. He just sat in front of that 30, little bit of 30 arc inside the 50 and led from there all the time. So we just obviously assumed that he was going to be playing that role, and he's played that role beautifully now. That's his second for the afternoon. And the Parents know how to respond. They're a good side. Sale just need to lock down now and hopefully, get their momentum in. It's 25 minutes being played. They've just got to stop that momentum from the Parrots. Interesting
that Leongatha's 5 goals have all come from marks. Sale's 2 goals have come from snaps. So just the delivery into the forward 50. 5-3-33 to 2-1-13 at the 26-minute mark.
Okay, McGuinness does the ruck work against Willis, and now McLaren with the ball. So defensive half back, he kicks towards right half forward flank. The player with the run of the ball is Cooper Whitehill. Can he get a handle? He cannot. Cut off by Maskell, and now they got the numbers to come grandstand side through Lindsay, being one of the better players on the ground in his first up game. Half forward flank it is, and under pressure it's Hudson Holmes who chooses that the boundary might be his best friend given the pressure around him. And there'll be a boundary throw in, left half forward flank. Leongatha kicking to the left of your radio. They are leading comfortably at the moment, 33 to 13. It's a 20-point margin. As the ball is going to be thrown back in. Now, this young fella doesn't throw it in very deep at all. And the other player on the other boundary umpire on the side actually throws it in 3 times as much. But the ruckman are onto that now, as is McLaren onto that ball. Handballs, finds a teammate, Cooper Whitehill, a big thump forward. Lang was the player he was looking for. Couldn't find him. He was able to run the ball, but provides a contest, as does the big ruckman in Ben Willis, who lays a tackle.
Wouldn't have wanted to get caught in the middle of that, would you? Ben Willis, Dane McGuinness.
No, someone small would have been caught in Willis's belly button.
McGuinness tapped it down. McLaren's been working hard around these stoppages in the last few moments, and Bowman drove him into the ground. Whitehill's worked hard close to the boundary line. Another boundary throw-in. And we just keep an eye, if you are watching the stream, of course, on Clutch TV, you'll see that the boundary umpire comes in, throws it, and then just runs away as quickly as possible.
Wouldn't you?
Yes, well, Willis and McGuinness looking down his throat. There he goes, off. McGuinness this time, Willis in the front spot. Heppel was there, tackled by McLaren. Handballed out from Heppel, though. Then tapped it forward again. Brill came the other direction, nicely done. Kick from Drew was smothered off the boot. Then quickly on the position there was Diamond. Got it to the wing area. But Jackson Harry comes from half-back and wins it. Just missed the target there in Dawson.
Sorry, credit to Sale too, though. They've lifted the tempo a little bit too, so they've reversed the pressure that that Parrots were put on them early in this first quarter. They reversed it back, so they're forcing the error at the minute, and they're putting themselves back in this game just slightly at the moment.
Yeah, it's based around the efforts from Lang and McLaren, especially in these sort of contested balls. And this time Willis taps it nicely, just knew where his man going to go, and there's a tackle from McLaren. Yeah,
well done.
Nice tackle, McLaren, and again they win a contested ball. Good work as Leongatha just entered their forward 50.
He was brilliant last week, wasn't he, after half-time?
Yep.
He was really the pinnacle part of why Sale got back into the game.
9 disposals already.
Kicks down the line. Big fly over the back there from Bet Velzen it was. Couldn't quite mark it. Jackson Harry was there at ground level. Handballs backwards to Kim Drew. Shrugs the tackle from Butcher. Now he goes inboard nicely to under Turton. He can mark in front of Ronke. Turns around. Brill presents, ignored, gets called to play on now. So he handballs across to Kim Drew. Right foot kick out in the front of Ganane. Goes up, can't mark. Good spoil from Whitford. Great work by Jack Hume. He's a rover. He's 6 foot. He gathers and delivers beautifully on the right foot and hit Jensen Garnham. Boxer claps in the box. You like what you saw, Box?
Fantastic. Great to see a high marking forward that can actually turn on a threepence and deliver the ball inside there. It was a great lead, though. It was honoured. And it was a great kick there by Jack Hume.
So Jensen Garnham, 29, make it 30 minutes gone. They currently lead by 20. As Garnham on the quarter-time siren puts it through the middle. And Jensen Garnham in the first quarter has 3 goals to his name. And the Leongatha Parrots lead it by 30 points. It is, 26 points. It is 5-3-33.
6-3-39.
Sorry, 6-3-39. The scoreboard just trailing a fraction. And Sale 2-1-19 at quarter time. You're listening to Gippsland Live, this big South Gippsland clash here at Parrot Park. It's the Parrots leading at quarter time by 26 points.
Wow. First mark inside 50. Unbelievable. So place. And when we say inside 50, we mean just by a matter of metres. We'll kick from on 50. Off the boot, not too bad. Distance going to be within a metre or two. And Leongatha ease the pressure.
Yeah, what, Bobby, it's a long time since we've had a place kick in football.
Yeah, that's very good.
Leongatha quickly play on. They get it out wide, but good mark there by Leslie. Maskell was the one who kicked it in. Didn't really have too many options as Will Leslie now puts it back in. Johnson got held by the arm and will win the free kick.
Oh, no, hang on.
Very well done, Jack Johnson. So this is a coach's goal. It's a must. The Parrots trail by 56 points. Sorry, the Parrots lead by 56 points.
We haven't seen much action since they kicked back-to-back goals in that first quarter, Scott, and we thought maybe, you know, they might have been more competitive than what they are, but obviously the power of Parrots, the power of the Parrot has been fantastic so far.
Since then, Box have kicked 7 goals unanswered. Leongatha. This is a chance for the Magpies to get one back through Jack Johnson directly in front. He's only about 35 metres out. You'd think he puts it through the middle. The umpire, looks at it and says it does go through the middle. So at the 20-minute mark, Sale get their first goal since the 24-minute mark of that first quarter.
And that takes Sale to 3 goals, 4-22 on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. They are 50 points in arrears of Leongatha, who are 11-6-72.
Boxer, got some scores for us around the grounds, all thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture.
I've only got the AFL score at the moment there for you, Scud, and it's the Lions into the third quarter, 17-minute mark, and it's 8-7-55. They lead the Dockers 3-6-24.
Okay, and who won the 7th race at Sandown?
Don't know yet. It's only the 6th, mate, so it's okay.
Don't forget, goal of the day is all thanks to Zambrero this afternoon. They're in Seymour Street in Terrelgan. The ruck contest in the middle, no one's going anywhere. McLaren has been, he's been working hard in the middle. They just need a few more helpers in there.
15 disposals he's had for the day.
Secondary stoppage. Marriott taps it to himself. Tried to gather it. There's McLaren again. Handles out the back to Jack Leslie. Kicks it high to centre half forward. Maskell will go back with a flight. Good little spoil on that occasion there was from Potts. Although Leongatha got some numbers. Marriott to Heppel to Maskell. And now Maskell can find Hume. No. It was Drew. But nicely done by Lockie Ronke to get a fist in. And put it over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. 21 minutes gone.
I always find this with Leongatha too, though. When they get on top of a side and they have really good lead, they just sort of just maybe switch off a little bit for a part of the quarter where they really should be putting the foot down.
They're on a 31-game winning streak. Sometimes that might happen. I guess.
I'm just saying, it just happens.
Yep. But they're good enough just to switch it back on.
100%.
McLaren another handball after that boundary throw-in before it finds itself over the boundary line.
Gippsland lead Terrelgan 8-4-52. They lead Druin 6-6-42, so game on there. Morwell 5-8-38. Warrigal 5-1-31. And Wonthaggi 5-7-37 to Mafra. No goals, just the 2 points.
All right, Ben's Dalamoe.
I'll get there.
Okay, ball now. Sale into attack, centre half forward. Johnston led to the ball, now holds it in nicely. The umpire, you'd think, will take control after Johnson was desperate. No, Leongatha haven't given up on it. Jackson Harry works the ball out into space. I thought a free kick paid. No, the umpire says, I'll ball it up despite the pleas of Kim Drew for the Parrots for a free kick. Centre of the oval.
Answer your question there, Poppy. 6-6-42, Moe. Bairnsdale 2-6-18, so good leaders there.
No one won the tap out, but Marriott gathered it and kicked it towards centre half forward for the Parrots. Jack Ganane was there, tapped it forward, out in the run of Turton, gave a handball back to Stone, changed the lines up beautifully. Now Jesse Burns, inboard to Jack Ganane back to the fat side, and Talon Bryn, one hand up, couldn't mark. Jensen Garnham from the pocket, this time decides to handball to Brill, runs close to the boundary line, got one over the shoulder, said I'll take the advantage and put it through anyway. And it doesn't matter. Leongatha's response was swift, it was fast, and the changing of lanes from the Parrots as they go forward was sensational.
I say it every time we watch Leongatha, they share the ball inside 50. Yep. They really must have a KPI in their book that says if a player is in a better position, share the ball, let's get the goal first.
That was Brill, wasn't it, who kicked that one?
It was.
And on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, back to a 56-point lead in Leongatha's favour. 23 minutes into the second quarter. Leongatha 12-6-78, leading Sale 3-4-22.
Well, big moments from All Bowling Club. Pot and Palmer night every Saturday night, 5:30pm for only $20. You can catch all the AFL games live in the club lounge as well as Poppy's just having a little bit of an issue.
Poppy, have you still got that long COVID or something?
I have. Nothing's happened all of a sudden.
Is it that haircut? Because that comb over's gone now.
Well, Leslie tapped it down. I'll just let Poppy compose himself. Lang was there, handballed straight to Bowman. Now they've got some runners. Decides to ignore the handball to Kim Drew. His left foot kick goes high to centre half forward. Big pack will form. No one can mark it. Handball out the back there was on that occasion from Lockie Ronke. And then has to do some tackling work to cause the stoppage.
There's a big learning curve here too for the Sale backline as well, Scud, because they're so young. They're really getting taught a lesson a little bit now too, so hopefully that helps them out during the week.
So forward 50, Leongatha into attack, but Will Leslie kicks the ball off the ground and gathers 30, maybe 40 metres before the boundary line probably, and does in fact, come into play. So outside wing here at Leongatha with the Parrots kicking to the town end, and haven't they done that well today? 24 minutes gone, 12-6 the home side. The visitors Sale, 3 goals, 4. Ball thrown back in. Maybe Leslie got the tap, maybe. Leongatha first at ground level, taken without the ball. The player calls for a free kick. The umpire calls play on. McLaren's kick was smothered, goes over the boundary line. Now at left half forward flank for Leongatha. Might go to the record books at half time to see what the biggest win by Leongatha is over Sale. Probably a way off it at the moment, but 9 goals short of half time's a good way to...
121, Pop.
Is it 121? Mm-hmm. So they're almost halfway there. So
I can't believe you even asked the question. I
thought I was going to give him some time. He didn't need time. In fact, he nearly gave me the answer before I asked the question.
Wow.
Left half forward flank. Here they go. Leongatha held together nicely. Keep the ball in.
They say it, you've got skills. He's got skills, hasn't he?
He got skills.
He got skills.
Yeah.
Quick score in the North Gippsland Football League. Woodside 12-10-82. Cower 3-3-21.
You're listening to Gippsland Live, all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical. It is through the second quarter here as the ball gets transferred up to the wing area for the Magpies. Although losing their feet, so allowed Bowman to come in, but he just gave the handball back to the big ruckman, who gave a handball to Jack Johnson and then got wrapped up in a tackle. And Jackson Harry's been good. It's been a good matchup on that one.
Brilliant.
Quickly handballs across now to Kim Drew. He delivers towards half forward.
Boom.
Sliding lead, nicely done. This time Jack Hume again. He's on fire. Kicks to the side to where coming across is Lindsay. Couldn't mark it. There'll be a free kick that will be paid. Have they played the advantage? I think they might have. As they just let things go now. It's going to land in the hands of Leongatha. There's a whistle gone.
He's bringing it back, Scud.
Not all the way though, Box.
No, free kick now, Sale's way.
He's got Lockie Ronke free kick. So just the umpires sort of got confused themselves there a little bit. One wanted it to come back. The other one said play on advantage. But Ronke in the end wins the free kick. Drives it towards Jack Leslie. Nicely done with a mark. And then drives it towards a one-on-one. Campbell and Nash. Drops at the toes and Campbell gave away the free kick on Nash.
So Nash will come grandstand side. He's got young Sam Forrester, who then changes direction to Marriott. Turns and looks as Lang on the mark. Wonders from the umpire what he might be allowed to do. Marriott from half back to half forward. Went searching for, couldn't find Hume. But Hume at ground level is just as efficient, and his left foot kick threatens the forward 50. Comes off the feet of a Sale defender before Maskell will send the ball forward. And guess what? Jack Hume will gather the mark again.
That's his third possession in
3
5
seconds.
sets of play.
Yeah, you see him here, you see him there.
And he was in 3 of them.
He was.
Out of the five touches, he was in 3.
That's work rate.
Kate Maskell, though, had a real good presence of mind. He didn't want to blaze away. He could kick the goal. He went inside to Hume.
So Hume, from a standing start, as good as he's been all day, his kick falls short.
They're going to pay the mark.
Leongatha is going to pay the mark, and I wonder whether it could be Garnham.
Yep.
Oh, no.
And Garnham's just kicked the ball through, if it is him.
It certainly is.
And Garnham, almost casually, gets his 6th goal of the afternoon. It says, how easy is this game?
Wow.
It's well, and the thing is, I think what's worrying me right now is we'll say the body language of Sale.
Yep.
They're a little bit deflated, even especially after that mark was paid.
Good pickup.
No one moved, and they just said, oh, well, Garnham says, I'll just take this quite easily, and we'll slot through our number 13 for the afternoon.
That's right. Boxer in taking Leongatha to a 62-point lead at the 28-minute mark of the second quarter. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, the Parrots are 13 at 6.84, leading Sale 3-4-22.
Secondary stoppage in the middle of the ground. Lane couldn't get out of that one. Garnham's kicked 3 this quarter. Jack and Ames kicked 2. They've kicked 7, Leongatha, for the quarter. And again, this time, McGuinness tapped it and then tried to clear it out with a boot. Wallace was on the bottom of the pack. Jake Vanderpleit was there to put on a tackle. We've just ticked over 28 and a half minutes into the second quarter. And as we said, this is getting really ugly. And there is the halftime siren. It's a 62-point margin, if you don't mind. And as they always say, that the sequel is never as good as the original. And at the moment, that is certainly living up to it, because Leongatha are 13-6-84, a leading Sale 3-4-22.
I don't know, the Geelong sequel to the Geelong and Sydney game wasn't bad, Box, was it?
It was a very good sequel.
Well,
actually, it was very reminiscent.
It was still not as good as winning a grand final, was it? So it is half-time. The Parrots are absolutely flying, and you are listening to Gippsland Live, right across Gippsland and the Valley, and we do it for Harvey Norman Electrical. Yeah, let's get down to business because the game's already started in this third quarter. And guess what? Leongatha going forward again. Stone to Heppel. Heppel inside forward 50. Garner was the target. Went through his legs. Here's Big Dawson. Can he get down and pick it up? He can. He got shoved in the back as he tried to kick it from Ronke. And the ball will go over for a boundary throw-in. Boxer. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Just got a chicken bone stuck. It's all right.
No, it's a little pork bone.
That was as good a meal as I've ever had. Thank you again,
Wow.
Leongatha ladies.
So ball comes back into the field of play over the back. Oh, trying to run onto that one. It was Heppel. And he got wrapped up instantly from Wallace.
I think the beauty about Leongatha too, you know, we're always used to hearing Marriott, all those real common names. It's really very shared now, isn't it?
Let's have a look if they can get something from the stoppage. Yes, it is, Box. I'll agree with you. As Hudson Holmes wins it, kicks it out towards his defensive 50. Langish got shoved off the football from Marriott. That's hard to do. Gives a handball back to Maskell, and Maskell goes to Brill.
Good mark.
Talon Brill got Talon, all right. Strong hands above his head. Will have a shot for a goal. He's going to pass it off, though, because on a strong lead is Jensen Garnham. Doesn't quite get to him. At his toes. Goes one way. Sells some candy. Oh, then delivers, but misses the target. He went try to go back to Brill. Leslie's under pressure. Dragged it in. In a little bit of strife, Brill says, I'll just pick it up and try and bust me way through. Handball's out. Whitford was there. Lang had it now. Handball's over the top now to the run. This time it's Diamond. Kicks towards the wing. Campbell is the target. Good body work there by Campbell. Got some space. It sits nicely. Who's working for him? Jack McLaren's the one. He's got Nash on him. At the toes of McLaren. Tries the don't argue. Nash wraps him up. Kim Drew helps. Umpire says holding the footy. When you try a don't argue and it doesn't work, you get pinged for holding the ball. 2 minutes in, third quarter.
All right, defensive 50, Leongatha. Really wanting to turn the screws now as Travis Nash comes grandstand side to Guy Dixon. Just outside their defensive 50. They've got a loose man, and so they go short to Westaway, who's at left half-back flank for Leongatha. If you've just tuned in, Leongatha at half-time 13-6. Sale 3 goals 4. They paid the mark to, in fact, they paid a free kick to Leslie for the hand being taken in a marking contest. So Leslie goes inboard where he felt as though he had a loose man. He finds that loose man. And now through Josh Butcher goes to Rowan Diamond. Inside forward 50 they are now. They need a winner. They might have one in McGuinness. No, he's taken ball and all.
Ran down, yep.
And run down. The non-officiating umpire called it.
Not sure what he was thinking there, the big fella.
No. I think he thought he was a rover.
He was trying to take off.
But he was running on the spot when the free kick went against him. Ben Felson comes grandstand side to Bowman. Bowman goes short. What kick wasn't great, but good enough to find his teammate in Heppel. Heppel's kick is poor again, but Bowman butters up nicely to Brill. Brill from half forward, goes to the leader, Ganane, falls short. Backing up will be Garnham, picks it up like a rover, gives it back to the Ganane, gives it back to Garnham. Do not tell me, please tell me. Yep, tell me.
I'm telling you, it's a goal.
Number 7 to Garnham after some seriously mature play between Ganane and Garnham.
He's 3 goals away from ding-a-ling-a-ling. I told you, 10 goals. He'll kick 10 today. And the thing about him, he's been very, very selfish inside 50 as well. He's shared it a couple of times. Oh, did I say selfish?
Yeah. I know what you meant, but I just wanted to... It's okay, it's 2 letters.
What we'll do, we'll go to Paul Carter, who's a teacher.
Now a 68-point lead to Leongatha. 4 minutes into the third quarter. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard has the Parrots at 14-6-90. Sale 3-4-22.
You were going so well.
I know.
Tell you what, if he does get to 10, the credit goes to you, Boxer. You called a good tap this time from Leslie to Wallace, although it was picked off again. Bowman give it to him. Drives it inside forward 50. Garden one. No, that was Jack Hume on that occasion. One hand went up. Defender for Sale was able to mark it and kick it out. It was Whitford got it out to Glenane. This is Jackson Glenane as opposed to Jack Glenane. So Sale now get it to the wing area. 3-on-1. And, of course, the 3 will always win. That was Dixon. Chips it over the top. They can raffle this. Kim Drew wins the raffle and takes the mark. Plays on. Kicks towards Bowman. All on his own. Gives a handball off to the running in Brill. Garnham's got the sit. Does it get over the back? He's going to take the grab or let it go through. Oh. He should have taken the grab because it hit the upright for a minor score.
What's he doing?
McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
14-7-91 Leongatha. Sale 3-4-22.
So Sale under siege in the opening minutes of this third quarter. 5 minutes down, they trail by better than 10 goals as Holmes tries to dance around a couple, ends up getting himself into trouble, gives ground to Diamond. Diamond finds teammate Mitch Bowen, and a number of risky possessions probably. They've gathered all of 10 or 15 metres. Play on's the call. Ganane's conned the umpire into that one. Kicks to half-back flank. Willis front. Couldn't take the mark. Lang roved it nicely. Coming up with the ball importantly, though, was Van der Plyt. Handballs over the top. Look at this. It's like a bunch of magicians. Marriott, top of the square. He goes for goals. Just to the right.
They just love keeping the spare outside the stoppage as well. So Marriott found himself outside that stoppage. Just an overlap handball. Just breaks the game up. Sale got no answer to it at the moment.
70-point lead to Leongatha, and we played 6 minutes, third quarter. 14-8-92, 3-4-22, McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
Errant kick out of full back. I'll get to your credit in a moment, Boxer. You are one of the best on ground for Gippsland Isuzu Ute today. As Sale eventually find a target to Lang. Plays on. Kicks into the middle of the ground. Ambitious, but they've got to start taking some risks. You think free kick will go Leongatha's way as McGuinness got over the shoulder of Big Benny Willis. He's got some numbers at centre-half forward. Bowman was one of those. Decided to go over the back to Dixon. It misses his target. Here's Cooper Whitehill. We know he's got some pace. Can he gather cleanly? No. Overruns it. Kim Drew just shuffled it up. I think that's a throw.
Yep.
And now the free kick will go to Cooper Whitehill. And the other part that Leongatha do really well is when they get tackled, they've got the strength to get out of it, and not so much get out of it, but just keep their hands free to give it to the releasing runner. As the kick from Sale is dangerous as it comes across the goal. Talumbrella was there. It's a 2-on-1 inside forward 50, so he just comes lateral to Jesse Burns. It was neatly done. Now Garnham's got some space, and he goes to him, but Jack...
Get out of his way, Jack.
Jack Hume just drifted back into the space of Jensen Garnham. Jack hasn't got one today. He's been fantastic, though. Jack! And he's looking for his first. Boxer wants Jensen Garnham to get 10. He has 7, but this time it's Jack Hume's moment. And at the 7-minute mark of the third quarter, after Leongatha get the first goal, Jack Hume from 45 starts it right, doesn't quite bring it back. Garnham!
Oh, no. There he is.
Has taken a hanger on 2 Sale defenders.
Never in doubt.
And he'll run around on the left foot. There you go, Boxer. Jensen Garnham. He's got 8.
Yep, good stuff. I think it was a set play. I think Jack... I think Jack realised...
Clear.
Right, yep. I think Jack Hume just realised that he wasn't going to make the distance. He got in his way. You don't have to get in his way, but I know the old rule is if you're in front, call him back in, and that's fine. I get that. I get that. But Jack's been fantastic today. His lead-up play has been great. But you're right, Scud. If they get that extra player outside of stoppage, or if they're in the tackle position, they can hold their ground and get the handball out to keep the ball moving as well. So Leongatha are showing every part of their tricks this afternoon.
And who would have thought last year's grand finals would be separated by 76 points 8 minutes into the third quarter. And that's Leongatha's lead, 15-8-98 to Sale, 3-4-22 on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
And these are the sort of the results can affect the club far beyond just 1 week, especially when they prepare to face Moe next week as well off the back of this, as they attempt to go forward. Lang threads one through, can't find a teammate. He's been one of their better players today. He's had a go, and that's all you can ask. There's been very few of those.
Look at the hands.
Leongatha, quick hands. Can hardly see the move. Hume, he's going to go to the lead of Ganane. It's going to go out the back. And Ganane's good enough. A quick kick towards goals. He needs a favourable bounce. Will he get it? He won't. In fact, it hits the left point post. So there'll be a boundary throw-in. 9 minutes gone, third quarter. Leongatha 15-8-98. Sale 3-4-22, if you don't mind.
So no one's actually... Jensen Garnham's going to take the ruck duties with Rowan Diamond, if you don't mind. So Garnham... Diamond actually got the fist on that one. Might have to put a new ruckman down on your sheet, Paul Carter. We've got another boundary throw in. 9.5 minutes in.
He needs to do a Tom Hawkins play here.
Well,
push him off, grab and snap.
So Garnham in place for Sale. No push off. Van der Plyt tried to come through at pace. McLaren was there though. Quick handball to Hudson Holmes. His rush kick lands in the hands of Heppel. And Heppel will have a shot from 45. We know he's a goal scorer. Heppel's stats this afternoon for Gippsland Isuzu Ute.
This will be number 13.
Just a quiet one for Heppel. He'll look to get on the goal scorers. He got called to play on, so he had to try and dance around, but he gave a handball off to Van der Plyt, ran down from behind. That should be holding the footy. No decision was paid. Play on to the umpire. Cooper Whitehill goes back towards the middle of the ground where Johnson had 2 bites of it. They quickly play on. Handball over to Lang. There's a whistle. We've got a 50-metre penalty.
I think what happened there, though, Scud, there was no tackle made. It was a bump rather than a tackle. The umpire, that's why he's called play on.
So Jack Johnson still too far out to score. Big Ben Willis is on the mark. Tries to play on and nearly runs straight through Big Benny Willis. The handball missed the target. Tried to crash it through the other way there. Was it Bowman? He couldn't go anywhere, and we've got a stoppage now right at the top of the 50. Here's Rob Popplestone.
So centre-half forward Sale, rare for one of the rare occasions this afternoon, into attack. Inside forward 50 now. Ball. There's a bit of a scramble on for that ball. Bottom of the pack. It was McLaren fighting hard. Couldn't get it out. The big man can. That's Jack Leslie. Top of the square. Guess what? No surprise. Good mark in Sean Westaway. Plays on quickly to the grandstand side. Can he find a teammate? He can. It's Sam Forrester. Defensive 50. That left foot. It's dangerous, but it's not always accurate. And on that occasion, he was offline and out of play on the full. Just over the intersection of forward 50 and boundary. Jack Leslie will take the free kick. Still probably 70 metres from goals. Leslie points to the pocket. That's where he wants to put it. And that's where he goes. Sky high and 50 metres. An early fly from a Parrot defender. First player ground level. It'll be Sam Forrester. All players will be beaten to the ball by the boundary. Boundary throw-in.
Probably just in the AFL at Kennedy, at the Gabba, not Kennedy's name, but Kennedy's the scoreboard.
Every time.
Every single time.
Every week.
But this is 3 years.
13-10-88, the Lions. Dockers at 8-6-54.
It's every week, Boxer.
But it's right there in front of me, Kennedy.
No, yeah. He's been married for 30 years and he still calls Marty by his first girlfriend in grade 3. He can't get things out of his head.
Sale go forward. Jack Johnson was there, wrapped up in the tackle quickly. We're going to have another stoppage.
I don't mean to call her Catherine.
So 12 minutes into this third quarter. We're coming to you live from Parrot Park this afternoon. It's Leongatha and Sale, but it's all one-way traffic. Leongatha lead by 76 points. Of just a total domination on this Sale side, who only 6 months ago played each other in a grand final.
Just to make it clear, it is the Kennedy scoreboard,
yes,
right? But it's right there in the middle.
Yeah, they're not one of our sponsors, though.
No, they're not.
No, that's right.
We've got Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland.
Exactly, and the third quarter is brought to you by McDonald's this afternoon as well. Don't forget, earn and redeem rewards points when you order McDelivery via the My Macca's app. We've got another stoppage here, 12 and a half minutes gone. Second quarter, Leongatha up by 76 points at the moment. Can Sale get something for the stoppage? Short little throw in. Try to grab it out the ruck. There was McGuinness. Back there was Forrester for the Eagles. Handballs backwards to Nash. Quickly wrapped up in a tackle from Lang. We'll have another stoppage.
That throw because it was from a short little boundary umpire.
It was. There's a couple of them out there doing their very best this afternoon.
Yeah, doing a great job.
It's great to see. They throw it in and then dart off as quickly as they can as the big ruckmen go at it.
Can we shut the window now in this place or not? It's absolutely freezing.
Like a little bit of airflow in the box here. As, again, from the stoppage, no one's going anywhere. This time it will be a ball up, Pop. Try and clear it out for us.
All right,
Lights are being turned on.
Do my best. Usually a fringe play, to be honest, but I'll see if I can't get through this congestion.
Get
Ball
in and
thrown
under.
up, 25 metres. Willis gets a big thump. Well, he clears the area. A kick off the ground, and it's outside 50 with no clear possession. Heppel was a player that cleared it. Now coming through. Quick kick forward by Hudson Holmes, who's more forward than back at the moment. And just on the boundary line, the ball finds itself over the boundary line now.
Free kick, I think.
It's going to be out of play on the full. It is.
Free kick. Is it out of bounds on the full? Or
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Liam Place has it anyway.
All right, so Liam Place will kick from 35, maybe 40 metres. Seen goals kicked there from 4. He goes for the safer option, but in doing so may turn the ball over, and that's what's happened. Leongatha through Heppel, clear the area. Hume competes against a couple. Ground level, they got the numbers. They'll go for the boundary line. Was it too obvious? It wasn't, the umpire said. Cameron Stone was the player.
Poppy Warrigal have taken the lead now against Morwell. It is 8-1-49 to Morwell 6-9-45.
8-1-6-9. Seven more scoring shots and trailing.
Yep. Big moment for the Morwell Bowling Club right there. And back here, all Leongatha, another boundary throw in. Jack Leslie just slaps it towards his forward 50. Stone was the first one back. Lang said, I'll come and pick it up though. Cleanly, right foot kick inside towards Jack Johnson. It's going to go over the back. The mark will be paid to Place. And Sale will go back and have a shot on goal.
I had to count that twice.
So Liam Place. Sure what you're counting.
Why did you do that?
So Liam Place will have a shot for the Magpies. They haven't kicked a goal since the 20-minute mark of the second quarter through Jack Johnson. Only got one in that second quarter.
What do you reckon, Pop?
No breeze to speak of.
No excuses.
15 minutes in. Leon plays slight angle, call it 45 degrees thereabouts.
He'll shank it.
From about 35 metres out, and he hasn't shanked it, Boxer. He's just pushed it a little bit away to the far side. So on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, the MyMaccas app is only place to earn and redeem reward points.
3-5-23 Sale, their first score for the quarter. Trailing Leongatha, who are 15-8 and 98.
All right, they go straight through the guts. Let's call it as we see it. Heppel does much the same. And look at this in the goal square. Look at Grenane. He's not a player within 40 metres.
Give it to him.
Takes a mark. He can feed it off if he wants. No, he waits.
Give it to Grenane.
Stops and props, and he thought about giving it off. And then he goes back. And there was not a player within 40 metres when that ball left the boot.
As the old forward trick, I'll give it to you, I won't give it to you, I will give it to you, I won't give it to you, and he didn't give it to him.
Yeah, it probably ends up where he wanted it to end up, with him kicking the goal. And so he should. He's been pretty good, hasn't he? Last week he kicked 11. Here's goal number 3. It's going to be goal number 16 for the Parrots. He's pretty good on goal. Have I mocked him? Nope. No, I haven't. I haven't mocked him or mozzed him. And as a consequence, he's got himself a goal.
Yeah, I don't know how that fast breakaway worked, and through was it a centre bounce?
No, from full-back.
I was kicking, so they got him on the overlap as well. So their zone didn't work very well there for the Sale side too, and another easy goal to the Parrots.
So it wasn't the 3-card trick again, Poppy, you don't think?
No.
81 here. I'll talk to you about it later. 81-point lead to Leongatha, 16-minute mark of the third quarter, 16-8, 104 to 3-5-23. And all this coming on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
Well, Sale had it hemmed in their forward 50 for a little while, and then all of a sudden Leongatha go bang, bang, and get the goal. And they get the clearance again. Heppel was Marriott's handball, just missed the target as they were trying to burst out of that stoppage. We'll do it again.
We haven't had any bang, 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 bangs today from Zambero goal of the days, have we there?
No, we haven't had too many. And well, Jensen Garner kicked one, I reckon. He's got 8, so you'd expect him to have a couple of good Zambero goals of the day. Wallace is on the bottom of this pack, and the umpire will do it again, 17.5 minutes in.
Well, that record that looked unlikely is starting to creep closer with more than a quarter of footy to go. At the moment, it's 60. Well, it's quite a margin.
Austin Waugh caught one high.
Yep.
And will win himself the free kick.
Just over 80 points as we speak. Another couple might make it interesting. Hudson Holmes now plays on. Can he find a teammate? He can't. Good ball, defender. See the boundary. Good work all round. Nicely done. Travis Nash.
18 minutes into this third quarter. Boxer will get us around the ground scores in a moment. Of course, all thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture. Massive outdoor clearance on now, and up to 50% off outdoor stock across all the stores. It's only on for a limited time, so get to your local Harvey Norman now. From the stoppage, Bowman's handball missed the target, and coming back the other way, again, strong tackle from Dawson. And on the bottom of that pack was Will Leslie. No real heights this game has got to, as the kids are more involved about knocking this grandstand that we're sitting on at the moment. Just to give you a nice little effects, Mike, it's not the chimes of the church bells ringing as Leongatha go forward again. It lands in the hands of Jack Hume. Jack and Ains on a big searching lead. Do they go over the back for the longer one? They go there. Jensen Garn's the target. He's going to get the free kick. Hutchins has given away the free kick, and Jensen Garnham will line up, slide angle. He's got 8.
And this will equal the Leongatha club record for games against Sale.
Well,
held by Glenn Thorson from 1988.
Wow, this is for equalling the record against Sale, as Paul's just said, the number 1 stats man in the business for Gippsland Isuzu Ute. And the youngster, Jensen Garnham, he's got 8, 19-minute mark, puts it on its way.
Pushed it right.
And the pressure builds. We want him to get to 10, but he's got to put those ones through, Box.
He does, mate, and he just laid back on the kick. I think he was overconfident with that one. Again, but great movement there by the Parrots inside 50. Again, Jack Hume was the one on the end of that kick.
82-point lead to Leongatha at the almost 20-minute mark of the third quarter. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
So Lockie Rocky tries to do what his opponent does at the other end of the ground and goes straight through the corridor. Gathers some good ground, but it's all Leongatha. The green and gold are very good. Taken high, free kick. It'll go the way of Jackson Harry. Wing side, he's got an option inboard. Nicely done to Guy Dixon. Now Guy Dixon goes right half forward flank to Forrester. Forrester dropped what he should have taken and now under pressure. Good tackle too.
Yeah, throw.
Free kick's going to go the way of Josh Butcher for Sale. Left half forward flank, back flank. Plays on quickly to Jackson Glenane. They go backwards. They're under pressure. I tell you what, the skills could be improved today, but there's a perception about pressure around them that's causing Sale to make mistakes they wouldn't normally make.
No, exactly right, Pop. And they had some easy outlet handball, just some basic training. They would do it 100 times at training and haven't been able to execute it. That pressure just starts to build, and when you're 82 points in the rears, it gets harder again. Kim Drew from that stoppage, got it towards half forward. Hume was the target. Little quick kick out there from Hudson Holmes will find the boundary line. And they've caught it deliberate. Yep. As Heppel will take this free kick. He looks up. Hudson Holmes is all on his own. Steps around Leslie. A little bit too easy there. Gets it in the direction. Jack Ganane out the back. Hutchins is there. Stone tried to gather it. Hutchins does well on this occasion. Gets it out towards his defensive 50 where Jack Leslie can elevate and take the uncontested mark. The switching kick, this one's been dangerous all afternoon. Whitehill, and it's dangerous again. They swoop on it to the Parrots. Nash got it, handled over the top to Dawson. He needs a quick handball. Can he release it? No, he can't. That's holding the footy. And Mitch Bound will stop that Parrot thrust.
Scott, 10-point game between Warrigal and Maul. Warrigal 61 to Maul 51. Sale 68 to Maffra 8.
Who was that, sorry?
That was one Thaggy.
Thank you.
9-14-68 to Maffra 1-2-8.
Not Sale, because they're playing Leongatha.
Did I say Sale?
Yeah, 82 points they trail by as Freeman has the free kick.
Did I?
They're not far from each other though, like location-wise.
I said, okay.
Umpire's just told Hudson Holmes just to watch his language. He's close to the boundary line. There's lots of kids around.
It's been quiet today, Hudson Holmes. He was good last week.
He was. Freeman now puts it towards half-forward flank. McGuinness is the target. Dixon flew high, couldn't complete the mark. Lang was out the back, tried to crush his way through. Gave a handball to Wallace. Kick around the body. Reading this off the boot is coming out from the back line. Nicely done, though, from McLaren. Nash was there for the Parrots. Tried to squeeze a handball to a teammate. Couldn't quite find him. Sale put a lot of pressure on the Parrots here. And not a great deal of reward. A little bit of shove and pull. Jackson Harry. And Potts had a bit of how you going. The umpire said, I'll fix this. I'll just ball it up. 22 minutes gone. 82 points is the margin. As Sale tried to keep it in their forward 50. At ground level was Wallace. Handball over the shoulder. McLaren nicely tapped to Shannon Lang. It can roll in and put it through for the Magpies. A much-needed goal. And their first one since the 20-minute mark of the second quarter.
Yeah, there's probably not too much to say about the goals they've kicked this afternoon because that back-to-back one, like we said before, is what we're looking for. But they really had to work hard for that one then too, Scud. And just one to add to their little score of nests of goals, but far away from the Parrots.
And the margin, 76 points in Leongatha's favour. We've played 23 minutes into the third quarter. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard reads Sale 4-5-29, trailing Leongatha 16-9, 105.
Scud, it's Moe 11-10-76. They lead Bairnsdale 2-7-19.
Wow. Big result there happening, like there is one here, Pop.
Yeah, there is. Willis got a tap forward, only as far as Lang. I thought taken high it was. Adam Wallace will get the free kick. So they'll attempt to go back-to-back in goals for only the second time today. Adam Wallace looks to his right and has a runner coming from behind. Finds that player, and that player is Lockie Ronke. So I just need to correct his number in my file as well. They go towards right half-forward flank. Here we go. Around the body. Nice kick forward by Cooper Whitehill. Top of the square. First player there, Bowman, and he goes for the safety of the behinds, and it's a rush behind, and that was his best option. Grabs the ball, wants to play on quickly, as he's done for most of the day. Rather than go down the corridor, he sees a 2-on-1 option outside of the ground, of which one of those was Turton. Turton feeds it off. Nicely done to Drew. Drew goes down the corridor. Can he find a winner here? He can't. It threatens forward 50. It's in forward 50 now, but Sale have got all the numbers they need to ease the pressure through Jake Hutchins. Jake Hutchins wants to go the 1-2, but I tell you what, you can't dance around Ben Willis too easily. And Ben takes player and ball to the ground, and there'll be a ball up.
There's a bit of difference though. Like there was a rush play then from Sale where Leongatha can actually, they measure what they do and how they want to do it, and unfortunately the pressure from Leongatha is causing the turnovers to Sale.
Willis tapped it out. Head over the football there was Place. not going anywhere because Bowman wraps him up.
I'm going to go down there and get those kids in a minute. Give it a tip.
Yeah, well, they're just having a bit of fun, but making a little bit of noise. It's all okay. 25 minutes gone. Third quarter. Tap out there. Bowman crashed his way through. Whitehill wrapped him up nicely in the tackle.
Ooh.
And we'll have another stoppage. Half-forward flank build-up for the Magpies, for Leongatha, who's just joining us. Jensen Garnham has 8 goals at the moment. As the stoppage here happens, and Gillane got tackled when he didn't have the football.
What's that in his hand? I don't understand.
I wasn't sure. He wasn't carrying it.
Glenane was kicked it out to Cooper Whitehill. Wallace is there with place, decides to ignore both of those. Long searching lead from Freeman, but in the front spot, Cade Maskell has taken the mark.
The kids will go home to Mum today. Mum said, you enjoyed the day at the footy? Yeah, I banged on a pole for 3 hours. Here we go, left half-back flank. Through the centre they go. They've got some runners. They do it nicely. This time Turton looks to his left. He's got a good option there, and that's Bowman.
Garnham's
Bowman's left leg can be deadly. Brill provides a lead. Does he go that direction? He does. And out the back is Garnham! No, couldn't take the grab. They're going to play the man in front, or it's going to be the man in front. Yep. Garnham came over the top, but his hands hit the ball second.
Do we call that a charity free kick back in the day, Poppy, or not?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Because I think both had a good grip on it.
Yeah, they did. Will Leslie was the player that came up with the ball, though. Goes toward the outer side to Whitford. His kick isn't as good as it should be, but good enough to find Ronke, who's got a bit of time. But guess what? Nearly spat it out. Hudson Holmes came in to lend a hand, and luckily he did for his Sale teammates, because he goes along the line now to Freeman. Freeman, outer side, just short of left half-forward flank. Now Sale kicking to the Leongatha town end. 27 minutes gone. It's Leongatha 105 to Sale 30. Inside forward 50. Quick kick forward. Campbell off the boot, cross the face of goals. How's it going to bounce? It's going to stay in play, and Leongatha have got the numbers and they've got the room. Have they got the time to find a teammate? They have. Ganane. He'll take the mark on the chest. He'll turn and burn, and he does that. They're just opening up Sale at the moment, as you like. Over the handball over the top to Kim Drew. Kim Drew inside forward 50. The player they look for is a great diving mark by Garnham.
Good effort.
I tell you what, for a big man, he made some really good yardage the last few kicks, and he goes short. And nicely done. Feeds it off to Will Dawson. Boo. We wanted Garnham to get another goal.
What's wrong with this kid?
You would never have passed off in your day.
Not in my day.
No.
So good for the youngster, though. He's already got one. And there's some big raps on Will Dawson already in the eyes of some of the scouts downtown. Good size, 6'3" thereabouts. He's got one goal already this afternoon. 28 minutes gone. Third quarter. Leans back on it on that occasion, but it's enough to sneak it home as the umpire looks at it and says all clear. The Sale defenders didn't think so, but we'll give it all clear. That's all that matters. It's another goal, and Dawson's got 2.
Taking Leongatha to an 81-point lead in the shadows of three-quarter time. 28 and a half minutes played. 17-9, 111. Leongatha, Sale 4-6-30. All this on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
Yeah, he's a good sort, Scott. I like the size of him and the way he moves. He's very athletic. Good at ground level as well when the ball hits the ground. Yeah, he's got a bright future, that's for sure, Will Dawson. I'll be looking forward to seeing his name out and about in the years to come.
All right, so it's a big man Willis up against a big man in Leslie. Leslie gets the tap, done it nicely. Lang grabbed the ball, he's grabbed himself, ball spills out, it's going to go McLaren's way. He's bustled off the ball by Bowman, and now Leongatha, just on three-quarter time, gained possession. So, at three-quarter time, it's Leongatha 17-9, and I'm guessing that's 111.
Correct.
To Sale 4-6-30.
So thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. You're listening to Gippsland Live. It's three-quarter time.